Hey, Curtis May here. So this is an intro to kind of some of the problems I see out here and how we try to solve them at Practical Wealth. And as you follow along in the following segments in this one pager, you'll get a pretty good idea of what I do. So the principles the framework that we teach from is principles, which you're going to see in this video, drive strategy, and strategy drives tactics. So strategy, for example, is what we would call infinite banking or the private reserve or private family financing. That's a strategy, right? Strategy, we're not going to talk about that today, but that's step 2 in our system. That is what we specialize in. And then the strategy drives tactics, which will have a separate uh uh lesson on that, which are the products, properly structured dividend paying whole life insurance with a mutual company. So I'm going to separate this into 3 parts. So now let's talk about the first part. Okay. So getting your finances together. People say, Curtis, when I get myself together, I need to see you. And really, no, that's wrong. I'm the get yourself together guy. That's really what we do, right? And so what happens is, because finances can be complicated, okay? And so let's talk about complexity. See, most people have what I call a ceiling of complexity, right? Because you got all this stuff going on. You got your insurances, you got your paycheck, you've got, you may say you're a real estate investor, you've got stuff, you've got, you're a stock investor, and you've got to read all these statements, and you have life insurance, and you have how does your health insurance work? How do is your credit score? What's going on with your taxes? Okay. So most people, this W-4 thing, according to IRS, 80% of people have their W-4 filled out incorrectly. How do you know? You get a refund. That means your W-4 is filled out correctly and you're overpaying your taxes. And so, disability insurance. So there's a lot of, estate planning, should you incorporate or be an entity, S corp, LLC, what have you. And so how do you make sense of everything and ultimately make wise decisions regarding your finances? Because of the complexity, what mistakes do people make? They minimize their protection. They focus on, what the industry teaches, which is needs-based planning, or they have none at all. They maximize their fees. See, convenience has a high price tag. The decisions that most people make about their finances are based on opinions of others who generally aren't any more expert than they are with your finances. Your friends aren't any smarter than me. They don't read nothing. They're getting their information from sound bites. So you need to get in control and take control of your financial literacy, your financial education. Okay. They let the fear of taxes drive their decisions, putting money in IRAs, 401ks, etc. And those things only defer taxes. A more better word is postpone, but we'll get into that later. They lose hundreds of thousands of dollars in lost insurance premiums, taxes, interest on loans, and they take much greater risk with the money that is necessary to accomplish their objective. Okay. And so we give most of our money away because we don't understand the game. We call those wealth transfers. They follow popular, yet the extremely unsuccessful philosophy of the day. All right. And, what we call the accumulation theory, buy and hold, dollar cost average, get out of debt, buy term investor difference. But if you look at what the affluent or wealthy do, or what institutions do, they don't do any of that kind of stuff. They literally handle their money the completely opposite of how we're taught. Okay. And so we'll get in that later. So what is it that they do? Begs the question. And so most of us get marketed to instead of education. So our decisions are based on what we see and hear on TV and the radio or IG or something like that. You can't, or God help you, TikTok. Okay. And so you can't let little sound bites be your financial plan. And they get no velocity. See, the key to the name of the game is velocity of money. How many times can you turn money over? And instead they focus on things they can't control. Returns on the stock market, putting money up, returns on cryptocurrency. You buy low, you sell high. You can't control any of that kind of stuff. And so you look at the little cartoon here. I don't know where we're going, but from the look of the crowd, it's got to be good. But most people are on their way off a cliff, right? But why? Because we give up control of our money. See, the first thing that I would have you seek is liquidity, use, and control of your capital, of your money. Okay. And they give up their expertise, i.e., they invest in what they don't know. We're going to talk a little bit later about the 3 rules of investing, but you want to invest in your expertise or invest in becoming an expert in something, which is time. So what we do at Practical Wealth is simplify. So we will kind of organize all that, we organize it in the principles of finance, personal finance, that have endured for, a long, long time, longer than all of us has been alive. And so there's nothing new in the sun. I didn't create it. We just kind of organize it into a program that we want to make sure that you win no matter what. So we teach the principles that help our clients become, and more importantly, remain financially free. Okay. And I'm gonna talk about those in a second, but basically we take your numbers and we create, this is called a personal financial snapshot. And so we teach this is all I teach, the 5 rules of personal finance and the 3 rules of investing. So let's talk about what that chart is. The 5 principles: save 15% or more of your gross income, maximum protection. You have to play defense and protect the kingdom. Full replacement of assets upon death, guaranteed. Okay. Or I like to say creating a legacy of wealth and the wisdom to go along with that wealth so that your family wealth endures at least 3 generations. We want 6 months to 1 year of income storage. People will say, "Oh, Curtis, I got $3,000 saved. I got $10,000 saved. Can I start investing now?" No. Okay. Because you need capital. You have to capitalize. You need, your first 90 days of income is your emergency fund, and everything above that is your opportunity fund. And so that way, if stuff goes sideways, you can survive. But if an opportunity presents itself, you have capital to move forward. And the 5th is the principle of velocity of money. How many times can you turn that money over? I always give you an example of Mr. Wonderful from Shark Tank. What he wants to know, he puts money in a deal. What does he want to know? How soon can I get my money back? He doesn't care about the rate of return of the money. He wants the return of his money so he can get it back, still have that deal going on, and then do what? Put it in something else. That's velocity. In real estate, that's the Burr method. If you were in a restaurant, how many times can you turn over those tables? Okay. So it's all about the movement of money. It's the economic principle. It's not even about investing. It's just understanding money. And so here are the 3 rules of investing. Invest in what you know. Okay. Or here's another way to put it. Invest in knowing. Okay. And invest in what you can control. What can you influence the outcome of? Does it cash flow? And don't chase returns. See, because if you can't do the first 2, you're not investing, guys. You're speculating and you're chasing returns. You're suffering from fear of missing out. And that's tough because you're basically gambling. Okay. Most people gamble with the majority of their money. So these are the rules that we are the road that we help our clients kind of instill in their psyche. And so if that is a conversation that you'd like to have, reach out. For more like this, you can check out the Practical Wealth Show, check out our YouTube channel. If you copy this, you can schedule a strategy session and then follow along with more of our lessons. And you have a great day.